What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down a super juicy case study. This is going to be a copy and paste strategy of how we helped one of our clients generate over $500,000 a month in back-to-back sales, over a 400% increase in revenue over the last year. We're going to be breaking down everything for the brand, from their paid advertising, their email and SMS, the actual Shopify store, how we're actually getting them to scale, and what you need to be thinking about yourself if you're in that 6 to 7 figures in monthly revenue range. Now, before we dive into the video, as always, the links in the description are to our case studies and free trainings. Go ahead and check some of those out if you're interested in working with our team and having us help you guys with either paid ads, email and SMS, conversion optimization, or user-generated content as a growth partner for your brand, or interested in perhaps receiving one-on-one coaching from myself and our team. We also have the links to the inner circle I would love to have you guys check out. So as always, all the links are in the description as always. Please leave a like, as it really does help with the algorithm. And without further ado, guys, let's dive into the video. We're going to be reviewing how this brand, like I mentioned, makes over $500,000 a month reviewing their paid advertising, their conversion rate optimization, their first order profit, the content, the retention marketing, and the products and sales. So we're on the Shopify now. I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick little refresh from September 1st to October 1st. 5K today, but if I go from the 1st to the 1st, it around $505,000 in revenue, 2% up from the previous month. So we're kind of, sitting around that $500,000 in monthly revenue. The first before we did $515,000. So you can see this brand is consistently chugging along. $178 average order value. Last month, if I look over the last 30 days, we bumped this up quite tremendously. $215 average order value, which is really, really nice, which is a lot more profit for the brand. Conversion rate is down significantly, but that's okay because we're driving a lot more traffic, and we did so a variety of ways, and that's exactly what we're going to discuss in today's video. So breaking down $500,000 a month in sales, guys, what does this look like? So generally for the month, specifically not the first up to the first, they did around $480,000 for the actual month of September. So that's around $16,000 in daily revenue, and we're hoping for around 25 to 35% of revenue coming through email and SMS. We're spending around 2.5K a day on Facebook. I actually should have increased this. This is actually more so around 3.5K, closer to 4K a day, including Google. Hopefully aiming around a goal cost per acquisition of $60, and we're aiming to have our average order value at $220. And you can see right over these last 30 days is $480K, $215 average order value, which is really, really good. And our cost per acquisition was, right, you can see this here. So this is the last 30 days on Facebook. Our cost per acquisition was $62. We spent $74,000 with a $285,000 return, 3.84x return on ad spend. And on Google, we spent $7,900 with a 14x return on ad spend, to $16 cost per acquisition. Obviously, you'll notice the much lower the Google CPA here. This is actually, a little bit over inflated. We're spending only, I think like $10 or $15 a day on branded search, and it's just performing at like 100x return on ad spend. But that's because a lot of the first touch points are coming from Google, are coming from Facebook, and that's why we're making sure that we're always running both. I'm gonna go ahead and break those down in just a moment. So we're inside of the ad account now. I'll go ahead and give this a quick little refresh. The last 30 days, we spent $74,000 on Facebook with a 3.8x return. Like I said, $28,000 in revenue, $61 cost per acquisition. Last 7 days, we're maintaining, dropped a little bit, all right, down to a 2.7, but that's realistic, especially as we head into the beginning of Q4 now. Things might start to slow down, but you can see we have really juicy click-through rates. Everything is looking great, and this is really allowing us to scale. Last 30 days, we're probably going to push as we lead into Q4, spending over $100,000 a month. And then same thing on Google, right? This is from the second to the first. We spent $7,000. If I go into the actual campaigns here, you can see we are only spending $20 a day on branded search, and we have a performance max campaign spending $350 a day, which is actually performing extremely well with a $6 cost per conversion, 6x ROAS, I should say. Our cost per conversion is $35 for a over $200 product. So we're killing it on the paid ad side, which is super important. And this is, alone generating, close to $300,000 plus in revenue over the last 30 days for this brand. In terms of conversion rate optimization, so the main thing that we're looking at here, you can actually see on the website, the improvement in the average order value over those last 30 days is 21%. So what did we do to increase that? Well, you can focus on improving the average order value in a multitude of ways. And so essentially we focused on post-purchase upsells, optimizing their cart and product pages, price adjustments, and free shipping barriers, making that offer just a little bit more juicy, allowing people to spend a little bit more. Conversion rate, rather navigation improvements. So like just making sure that their menu is a little bit more segmented, making sure they have a bestsellers, making sure that they have their top rated products available for people to segment by. Selection page optimization, product page optimization, as well as Guys, what do people actually want? I still see enough brands doing this. Start creating and sending surveys to loyal customers. So we do this through email marketing, doing this people and actually involving them in the purchase, in the process of, developing new product. What would you guys like to see, etc. And things like this, you would be surprised when you actually ask your customers. You'd have some insights perhaps would have never had before. And then moving on, this is actually one of the keys to us being profitable, right? First order profit. And this is what's allowing this brand specifically to scale to over $500,000 a month. Improving our first order profit per customer as we look to scale is beneficial for a multitude of reasons. But what this means, guys, is the higher our first order profit is, the more that we can afford to spend on customer acquisition. And the higher first order profit equals a higher ceiling to the brand in general. So basically, how can we increase, this should say FOP efficiently, not LTV, but essentially pricing, discounts, new SKUs and designs, affiliate marketing. There's a lot that goes into this, but essentially your goal here is to maximize your first order profitability, and whether that's lowering your cost of goods sold, etc. There's a lot that can go into this, but if you're not first order profitable and if you don't have a juicy margin, especially on the front end, it's going to be very difficult for you even to scale, or for you to even stomach being able to scale, quote unquote, using lifetime value as a metric. Now, for a brand generating over $500,000 a month, and we're spending over close to six figures a month in paid advertising, you can imagine we do need a decent content inflow structure. So as we look to scale, these are the 4 areas of content that we look to focus on: user-generated content, lifestyle content, product images, and organic content. And we often use a lot of white labeling and influencer content within our Facebook ads. Works extremely well. And in terms of the quantity of the content, the more the better, right? The more that we can test, the sooner we can find out what's working and quickly reiterate upon our winner. And regarding paid advertising, right, just quickly to give a quick little caveat, we can use single image ads, videos, GIFs, carousels, right? So like multiple images in a flow, or dynamic product ads. So pulling your direct product images from your catalog. These are all the types of different ads that we can utilize inside of our Facebook and Instagram ads. And quickly, these are the email and SMS marketing numbers. Let me pull that up really quickly. So retention, the store did $515,000. There's a bit of over attribution there on Klaviyo's part, but go ahead and pull this up. Again, let me give this a quick little refresh. You'll be able to see over the last 30 days, this brand generated, again, $503,000 in revenue, with $213,000 through email, SMS. Now, or not actually SMS, just emails, I should say. But the issue with this is we actually are a little bit high. 42% of total revenue came through emails. We would like that to be, on the high end, 40%, and kind of, maximizing it there. This brand, on the other hand, just because there is such a high average order value, over $200, there is a little bit of a buying perception period, or sort of like a buying decision period, where people are becoming product aware, then actually taking some time. And usually the emails, whether it's like an abandoned cart email, a discount email, that's what's actually going to get them to convert and oftentimes get them over the hump. But you can see that the email data is split pretty evenly here. So, $81,000 came through campaigns, which was 30%, 38% of revenue through email. And then the others, $131,000, 61% from our automated flows. Around $90,000 came from the welcome series, but, well over a couple $100,000, at least like 120 grand there, came directly through other email sources, which is really important. And then lastly, what is one of the main things that this brand utilizes to actually produce sales at scale? Well, it's going to be either product drops. So this brand has one main hero product, but multiple products drop every single quarter. And not only does this allow them to build LTV on people who have purchased those past SKUs, but it allows them to gain market share on different people in the audience that may not have liked previous SKUs. And one big caveat here to mention, which is super cool, is sales, right? And this brand definitely utilizes a sales approach to their product. The product is priced at just a perfect point where it might be a little bit too expensive for the majority of the public, but when it's on sale, it's the right price for them to invest into something nice for themselves. Now, what does this do? Well, the brand plays on this extremely heavy and consistently slashing prices. They're consistently having different sales pretty much multiple times a month. Now, does this hurt the brand? Well, I don't know. You tell me, right? They're doing multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and some of the biggest brands in the world, Walmart's, etc., are literally discount brands, right? Just because, right, so long you have enough margin on a discounted product and people are going to buy it at scale, doesn't mean you're losing out, as long as you have that first order profitability. And without revenue in the first place, there is no brand to begin with. So make sure you're always keeping that in mind, and don't be afraid to discount a product. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was actually a super fun video to make for us. Again, like I mentioned, we've helped this brand to grow from, doing, probably $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month in revenue. I can't remember, somewhere around there, to doing over $500,000 a month. And you can copy and paste this strategy into your brand to make sure that you guys are scaling and keep keep these things in mind, especially as you look to grow your brand from where you're at now to where you want to be. So as always, guys, make sure you leave a like in this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested, again, in terms of working with us, all the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.